What's happening, YouTube? It's your man, your brother, More Motivation Reactions. So we got a video to react to today. Happy Saturday. So it's an old video, and it's the first exclusive interview with Lucifer. Okay, this is a touchy subject for a lot of people, but watch the video, listen to the words, try to understand the message, and try to relay it back to the things that are going on today. I'm not a pastor. I don't qualify to talk about it in the sense for you to influence your decisions. But listen, see what the video has to say. And for me, for this video, I'll stop every now and then, give my own input and things like that. But other than that, I appreciate you coming back to the channel. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos. And yeah, so I can't wait to check this out. This should be very interesting.
Flesh. Do you know how many journalists would kill? Wait, you probably do. First, I want to say thank you to agreeing to this interview, because I know you are a very, very busy person.
Yes. I usually like to fly under the radar, but I figured since I'm already on the campaign trail, why not?
Okay. First, let's talk about your reign. Now, you've had a fairly long one. What would you attribute to your success and popularity?
Oh, that's easy. Every generation is the same. I appeal to their lust and ego. I offer all the sex, wealth, and fame a person could want. Do as thou wilt has been my campaign slogan from the start. And my campaign platform.
And so far, it's seeming like it's going to be very, very, very deep. Because alone from what he said with the lust, fame, and other things somebody thinks would be a good thing, you can already see that of music. You can see that a lot of Hollywood. I'll speak in code because I don't know how this platform handles these kind of videos, but I trust that you have eyes and ears and that you see what's going on. It certainly wasn't like this even 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. He did say it's been an issue forever, but now it's more visible than ever. Anyway, let's keep going.
I run on the same three issues every generation. Lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, and pride of life.
Okay. When you say lust of the flesh, what exactly do you mean?
Come on now. What do I mean? Isn't it obvious? I just use humans' own innate physical desires against them. And since sexual desire seems to be the most powerful, I usually run with that. Now, I didn't create sex, but I must say I've done a superb job at perverting it. Take one.
Is he wrong? Is he wrong when he says that? Absolutely not. Just look at your Instagram feed, your TV, Netflix, music. It's everywhere. As a guy, you have to be more disciplined than ever. More disciplined than ever. It's in your face 24/7, 365. Any which way possible. Is he lying when he says that? Absolutely not.
Well, you should know a lot about this one, Ivan. Weren't you addicted to porn?
This interview is about you, not about me. Can we get back on subject?
Now, where was I?
You know what? And this is something a lot of guys deal with in their youth, man. That stupid XXX website. We've all dealt with it at some point, and some people still deal with it. It's an enemy. It really is. And it changes your perception on what beauty should be. it twists it into objectifying. And he's right. He's right. And it's in your face all day. Social media does a fantastic job. Twitter is the worst. Instagram is becoming that. TikTok, don't even get me started on that. Yeah, man. I'm just trying to speak in code. Hopefully you're smart enough to know where I'm staring. But anyway, let's carry on.
What I do is gradually get someone addicted to porn. And once lust has had its full work and he and she can no longer restrain themselves, they usually look to act out their fantasies on someone. And sometimes that someone is a child. Now, my plan...
Yeah, that's messed up. That's messed up, man. That's messed up. That's messed up. That makes me sad thinking about that. That's messed up. How can you even think of that? How far would you have to go to think of that? That's messed up, man. Hey, man, I'm not judging what people like, but that's messed up, man. Leave children alone. Really, leave kids alone, man. That's too far. I don't know how deep people are in addiction, what things they deal with, what things they've seen, but leave kids alone, man. Kids don't know better. I shouldn't say all kids are innocent, but kids are more pure than us adults. Leave them alone, man. Leave them alone. I cannot picture that. I just can't.
That abused child will eventually turn to a life of promiscuity and perversion themselves, allowing me to continue my vicious cycle. And here's the kicker. Many of those abused girls end up right in the porn industry. Now,
Damn, this is so deep. This is also why I believe you need both parents. You need your father and your mother. You need both parents to direct the kids in the right direction, to make sure the daughters aren't out on the streets, because it may be fun short term, but the more you do it, the more it affects your brain, and the less likely you are able to bond with a person, making you just a person to be used and objectified Anyway, let's keep going, man. Let's keep going.
The second thing you had mentioned, I believe, you said lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes. Can you elaborate?
humans are never satisfied. You always crave more. Bigger house, bigger car, more money, more power.
Yeah, he's right. He's right on that, man. He's right. We're never satisfied. How can we control that, though? Our satisfaction. Because sometimes being too content is what makes you go back down. You know what I mean? So how can you have a good balance of appreciation but seeking growth? How? There has to be a way. Because there's also a negative to be too content. And I'm not saying not be appreciative. That's not what I'm saying. But there is a negative of being too comfortable. You know what I mean? I'm very aware that we're never satisfied. But is there a way to control it? Is there a way to make not being or seeking a bit more in a healthy way? Is there a way? Anyway, let's keep going.
On and on. I just take their natural ambitious desire, pervert it, and use it against them for their own destruction. My plan is to allow them to never be content. As long as I can keep them craving what others have, I can depend on them to argue, fight, even kill to get it.
Yo. This is a deep one too, man. The unhealthy part about not being content and striving or not striving for more, but wanting more, is when it becomes a thing that you're looking at other people. You're looking at what other people have. You're looking at how other people live their lives. You want what they want. You become jealous. You become envious to the point you even kill to get it. I get this. I understand this one here. And it's unfortunate, but it's looking very true.
Easily tricked into jealousy. And you know what they say. Jealousy is as cruel as the grave.
Yes, I have heard that before. The last thing you had mentioned was, I believe, Pride of Life. Now, how does this fit into your campaign platform?
Humans are always on a quest for knowledge. I trick the first humans to seek carnal knowledge over godly wisdom, and it's worked like a charm every generation since. With more knowledge,
What he's supposed to do though? Not get smarter? Like, there has to be a healthy medium for all these things he's pointing out. It is facts. You do get to a point you think you know it all. You're conceited. You think you cannot be taught. It gets to that level, but at the same time, should you just stop wanting more knowledge? Should you just stop learning? Anyway, I'm going to question everything. By the way, everything he says, because I'm curious. I want to know more. Right?
and you know pride is my specialty. And since humans don't like to keep God in their wisdom, I'm able to seduce them with all types of things to help puff up their ego.
Yeah, ego's the worst.
Lately, fame has been my biggest seller. Who doesn't like attention and feeling more important than the next person? Once I make them famous, I can really use them to promote my agenda. With their help,
Yo, the music industry is king of this. If you do not see this, there's an issue. Look at the music industry for the last maybe 3, 4, 5 years. There's very many obvious things that show you what he's talking about. Man, this is so true. For me, honestly, I don't want fame. Nope. I'm scared of it, to be honest with you. I am scared of it because I see what it does to people. Look in the music industry. That's the first place to look at what you shouldn't want. No, I don't want it. I want money, yes, to be able to survive, invest, help communities, stuff like that. Cool. But I'll do it without people knowing I'm doing it. I'll do it unanimously, if that's how I say that. Yeah, because there's a danger when it comes to fame, and I'm just, no. Not for me. Not for me. Give me wealth, good family, good health. Cool. Fame? Nah. It's not what it's cut out to be, folks. Trust me, it's not.
convinced half of the world to not only accept sin, but to celebrate it. Do you know what has been my most enjoyable pride campaign to date?
No, what?
Well, my gay pride campaign, of course. Not only do I get the chance to promote your own self-destruction, I get to use God's logo, the rainbow, to do it. Love is love, right? My plan not only prevents you worthless humans from reproducing, it distorts the gender roles and allow me to bring all types of chaos and confusion upon you.
I don't want to speak too much on this one here, but question the reason why they push certain things. Really think about why they want to push certain things, especially if those things lead to a lower population. Think, use your head. Think about why they'll push agendas in your face. This is not saying you cannot do you, but how it's making importance on a certain group and making other people or forcing other people to be that or pushing those kind of agendas in people's faces type of thing. Really question why they push certain things that lead to the extinction of people. Just really question everything. The fact is, I wouldn't be here without my mother and my father. Why are there agendas in the world to get fathers out of the home? Single motherhood. Less families being promoted. Why? If you're going to promote one thing, why not promote all of them? If you're going to push something in my face, why not push families in our face too? Why don't you think to do that? Really question things. I don't want to speak too much on this topic, but really question everything. Because like I said, you wouldn't be here without your father and mother. I wouldn't be here without my father and mother. You can argue all you want, but I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. And I gotta appreciate the fact that I'm here. So I stand for why I am here. My mom and my father. Anyway, let's keep going. But when they keep pushing these agendas to separate the family core, you have to ask questions. You have to.
Societies. It's been so successful. I've got men convinced they're women, and women convinced they're men, and some convinced they're no gender at all.
And you know the thing too about this here. Before you had the operation to change what you are, you were valuable before. You were valuable before. You're valuable who you are. You shouldn't need to change who you are. You're valuable already. And the thing that sucks is maybe these people that are doing that didn't have a mother and a father to really care for them in a way that they felt secure. You know what I mean? Like, I cannot change my skin color, no matter how many things I deal with. I cannot change the fact that my lips are big, my nose is bigger. I cannot change any of that. I cannot change my height. You know, I could probably have an operation, break my kneecap so that I can add some inches, but I'm just here to say, however you're made, you have many differences. There'll be things great and there'll be things not so great, but you learn to embrace it. You learn to love what you got instead of changing because you're not sure what you are. Like, and there's been many cases where it's led to the person not surviving, not making it. So how can it really be a positive thing? Instead of looking more internal, what makes a person feel like they need to do that? Why can't the person be comfortable with how they were before? What was so bad about them before for them to make those changes? Because it's risky. It's risky to make those kind of changes. You know, you don't always come out surviving. All right, I'm just speaking the truth here. You know, especially for kids, like, leave kids alone when it comes to this. If you're an adult, it's one thing, but if you're a child, like, come on, man, leave the kids alone. Leave the kids alone. Leave the kids alone.
2 more Pride Initiative campaigns I'd like to introduce in the near future.
Really? I'm guessing you probably want me to ask you what they are, right?
Well, first, it's Abortion Pride. Now, I think we can pull this off. Society is definitely ready for it. I've enlisted to help a Planned Parenthood to work with marketing and promotions. And all we'll have to do is silence the so-called abolitionists and pro-lifers, because the rest of the church doesn't seem to care. And second is pedophilia pride. Now, society might not be ready for this one just yet, so we'll hold off. I need to desensitize them a little more before we introduce it.
Okay. Let's change gears for a minute and talk about policy. Some may consider your policies destructive, dangerous even. What would be your response to that? What would you say to your detractors?
All of my policies are aimed to do one of 3 things: either steal, kill, or destroy. And if it's not doing one or all 3 of those things, then it's not my agenda, and I'm not promoting it.
Okay.
And if you're here right now and you're watching this video and you got this far, share this video. This is some deep stuff. Make sure to link it down in the description so that you can check it out for yourself. Pause it, think about it, really relay it back to the things that are happening, and ask questions. I don't need to influence what you are going to do, but the one thing I suggest you do is ask questions about everything. Because we are in days of uncertainty, really. Like, things weren't like this 5 years ago. Like, things are just... I know I'm not the only one that feels this.
I'm happy you said that. It seems as if you promote your agenda differently to different ethnicities. If so, why?
Of course, I'd be a fool not to. Take black people, for instance. As a people, they're super spiritual, so I can't really convince them that there is no God. What I have been able to do as of late is convince them that he's not the God of the Bible. Now, I've been real successful at promoting black consciousness and Islam in their communities.
I'm so happy you mentioned black people. It seems as if we've been at the very top of your agenda for quite some time. Why is that?
A few reasons. Black people help me reach the masses. Now, as you know, I was over music in heaven. My beats were so dope, I got over a third of the angels to follow me. And once I got here to the earth, I needed artists and entertainers to help me promote my message here.
Bruh.
Who better?
This shit is scary. We just have, I was saying this before, look at the music industry, man. Maybe you wouldn't notice it 10 years ago, 20 years ago. But if you look now at the music videos, bro, like, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see a lot of these music videos show you they know something, right? I don't want to say, I'm speaking in code here. I know you got ears. I know you got eyes. I know you see that, there's something up here. The music industry is king at that. I stopped listening to music for that reason. Because it's nothing positive, really. It's really not. And it's such a spell. It's a spell, man. Music just gets you. It gets you. It sounds so good. And you catch yourself singing these lyrics and you're like, what the heck? Why am I singing this? So I just stopped. Cold turkey, no music, 2 years. 2 years. I work out, no music. I'd rather listen to a podcast or anything else, but music, exactly for this reason.
Black people possess all the natural rhythm and music ability that I need. And it's easy for me to influence them with money since so many of them grew up without it. Another reason I target black people is because they're strong mentally and physically. If black men were to ever find their identity in Christ, I'd be in trouble. So I try my best to destroy the black family structure and keep black men away from his family and the church. Drugs and incarceration.
Wow, what did I say? Agendas to push away families. Didn't I just say that? I don't sound so stupid now, do I? I didn't watch this video before, by the way. I'm just saying this because I have 2 eyes and I see what's going on. And I'm sure you have 2 eyes too. And I know for a fact some of you are questioning what's going on. I know for a fact.
My more popular means. Without the head of the household present, I can become the head and influence the children without too much resistance.
So you mean to tell me...
Man, leave the kids alone. What was I saying the whole video? Leave the kids alone. If you can influence the kids, you have access to the future, man. And that's dangerous. Dangerous. So dangerous. Leave the kids alone, man. Leave the kids alone.
policies are intentionally racist against black people?
Racist? This has got to be the best law I've ever come up with. Now, I can't believe that humans still believe they're different races. But to answer your question, yes. It has always been my policy to target and isolate a group of people. And out of all my strategies, this skin color thing is separated. As long as I can keep black people bitter and white people offended, I'm good. Hopefully black people will never forgive. That way I can continue to use them.
Okay, my question is, what role, if any, does your administration play in this black on black crime epidemic?
Well, as great as my administration is, we can't take all the credit for this. Black people help us tremendously. By aborting so many of their babies, they allow us to bring death to their communities. As the Bible says, they sow the wind and reap a whirlwind.
When implementing all of these policies, do you ever face any resistance or pushback? And if so, from who?
One group in particular try to oppose every policy I try to implement. I would be so much further along in my agenda if it wasn't for them.
Really? So what group is that?
Those pesky, born-again Jesus followers. They're a real thorn in my side. Every generation, they come together and try to dismantle one of my signature policies. Now, I've convinced half of the world that Jesus didn't exist and the other half that he wasn't divine.
And you know something is real if everything is done to just make you think that it's not there. Anyway, let's keep going.
Convince them. They seem hell-bent on telling everybody about him and spreading his message. Some of me believe he's coming to unseat me in this generation. Crazy, huh? I tell you, those idiots are really messing with my legacy.
So, Lucifer, how does that make you feel when us idiots say that Jesus possibly could be coming back in this generation to unseat you?
Y'all been saying that for centuries. I just use it as motivation to get as much of my agenda pushed through and deceive as many people as possible before he returns. I think I've done pretty well. My record speaks for itself. About 150,000 people die each day, and most of them don't know Jesus.
150,000 people.
Notice the hesitation in when he's trying to say Jesus. Notice the hesitation.
Well, you know what? This concludes our interview. I want to say thank you for an open, honest, pretty frank discussion with me. Is there any last words you would like to leave with our viewing audience?
Yes. I'd like to take this moment and give a special thank you to two groups of people. First, I want to say thank you to all my followers. You are the hands and feet of my administration, and we could do nothing without you. Keep up the good work, spread my message. And second, I'd like to say thank you to the divided church. I love the way you argue and use your passions to fight amongst each other. Keep up the good work. There's really no rush to tell people about Jesus. You all have plenty of time.
Man, this is so deep. Woo. Man. Folks, that is deep. So I don't want to stick around too much here, but take a moment, think about it. I'll link it down below. A lot of deep stuff in the video. I spoke a lot this video. So I'll end the video here. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos. Let me know what videos you want me to react to, and I will do it. Like always, get better every day, optimize yourself. I'll see you next video. God bless you.